and I'll play for turn a Thespian stage.
Wow.
There's a lot of lands out here, so I'm gonna have to think about which one I want to copy.
Watery Grave?
It might be Watery Grave. We'll find out.
Overgrown Tomb.
I'll probably decide later.
Blood Crypt?
I'll decide
Look
later.
here.
Welcome to Shuffle Up and Play. Today, I have brought to Tolarian Community College the one, the only, MichaelCrits. Michael, you were telling me that you were quite upset about the banning of Luris in Modern.
Yes, my baby girl, they took her away from me. She did nothing wrong.
Cards are banned for a reason. She did something wrong, surely.
She did not. She surely did not do anything wrong. She is innocent. There's just a whole bunch of salty people out there.
Well, I fear one of those salty people is about to be you because you are getting your wish. Luris is unbanned in Modern, but so is everything else. We're playing no ban list Modern today.
Oh, God.
Your opponent, the Tolarian scribe herself, Jesse.
Yes.
You are going to represent the college, and you are going to show Michael why cards are banned.
A lot of pressure for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling the pressure. Maybe Luris should be banned. Nope, Luris is unbanned. It's unbanned. It's unbanned.
I guess there's
right
only
now.
one way to find out.
If you can beat my scribe, you will have to sit down across from me to prove to the world that Luris should not have been banned.
You? That child's play, sure.
I don't
yeah.
think you can defeat my scribe.
Yeah, let's start with first round, huh?
I think Jesse definitely rolls for high first.
6. Middling roll for sure.
No mid stuff over here.
7?
7.
Oh man, this is not going well.
Oh, great.
He used up all his luck on that roll,
That's true.
though.
Yeah. Should we say what we're playing, or?
Well, you've got a Luris. Isn't this a mirror match? You both have a Luris that you're revealing at the start of the game.
Yes.
Are you on the same deck as Michael?
I don't know. Are you playing Dark Depths combo?
Hell no. I am playing some Death Shadow up in my Luris deck.
Okay.
Death's Shadow versus Dark Depths, no ban list Modern.
Dark Depths Shadow?
Dark Depths Shadow? Is that what it is?
No, but it's Dark Depths Shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I said that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I was trying to make it, like, combine them a little bit. All right.
It's our band name.
As my scribe, this concerns me. As my scribe, this concerns me, but I'll allow it perhaps just for the game. Begin. You may shuffle up and play.
So you get to go first. Let's get a quick shuffle in.
I would like to go first, yes.
Okay.
Michael, for those who may not have heard the horrors of Luris, what does it do and why do you love it so much?
Oh, yes. Luris, my baby girl. Luris of the Dream Den. It's a 3/2 cat nightmare. It has Companion. For Companion, if you meet the deck's requirement, you can play this as one of the cards you can bring in during the game. And it's each permanent in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less. Also has lifelink, and during each one of your turns, when I do play this and it's on the battlefield, during each one of your turns, you may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard.
Now, what you just read, is that in fact what the card does, or wasn't it errated? Is that accurate?
Oh, yes. They even, see, before they even banned her, they came after her and her friends, which I don't know how to feel about, but it does have a tax of 3 to bring her from outside the game into the game.
At sorcery speed, you may pay 3 mana to put her from your exile into your hand.
So you describe.
So reading the card
Does
with
not
what does not
explain
explain the card.
Certainly does not. But you got to read between the lines, you know?
Evidently.
Yes.
It's there. You just don't
Evidently.
Okay.
All right. You may
Well, I've
resolve
shuffled
mulligans.
my deck. Let's get a little quick cut in. Got to keep it, you know, professional here.
Chaos cutting.
What is, oh my. You're really psyching me out here. All right, let's see what we got. Interestingly, if you win, you sort of justify Luris's banning because it can go toe-to-toe with all the other broken cards in this format.
I hadn't thought of it like that.
Yeah.
She only wins though, because like you're also on Luris.
Yeah, that's because no matter what, Luris should have been banned. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna keep?
I'm not gonna keep.
Okay, I will keep my hand.
And this isn't Commander. First one isn't free.
Ugh. Is it a keep? Keep in mind, my hand's really good.
No, it's not a keep.
Ooh, boy. Uphill battle.
Down to 5. Well, I mean, you still get the 7. This is where that new mulligan rule does come in handy.
Yes.
The London type.
The London type.
We're here in London town.
They say that makes it more advantageous to getting the cards that you vitally need, such as combo decks or similar.
Yeah, I should be the one mulliganing to 5, but you know, here we are.
Okay, this is keepable. I need to send some stuff away.
Sure, as one does.
This and this, and I'm just gonna be, no, listen.
You could send them all away if you want.
No, I will not.
You're welcome to mulligan lower.
You should be saying you're welcome to just mulligan only one of those two.
I mean, yeah, if you would like. I think that might be a more interesting game.
No, we don't do that here.
All right.
Here we go. You
all right,
ready?
yep, you get to go first.
Off? All right, I will play a Verdant Catacombs.
Okay.
It's a fetch land. I will go ahead and crack this fetch land and go get me a Blood Crypt.
Blood Crypt being a Swamp Mountain.
Swamp Mountain, and I
Shock
paid 2.
land.
Yeah. So paying 3 altogether.
I'm already ahead.
Look at that.
17.
Surely you hurting yourself can't benefit you in the slightest.
Not my strategy, no.
Certainly not.
Absolutely not. In fact, so much not some of my strategy.
Oh
I
my
will
gosh.
play a Thoughtseize.
That is
so
really good.
Thoughtseize sorcery target. Player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card and you lose 2 life.
In my hand, I have a Life from the Loam, a Fatal Push, an Expedition map, and then the cards you cannot take are here on the bottom row. 2 Overgrown Tomb, Verdant Catacombs, and an Urza Saga.
Probably the Expedition.
Excellent, okay.
I pass that over to you.
And I
I
hope
bet you wish you could take that Urza Saga.
Yes.
I do. I wish I could.
Draw, well, I'm gonna go turn 1 Urza Saga. Urza Saga is an enchantment land. The first counter says Urza Saga gains tap, add a generic mana, or a colorless mana. And second chapter, I can make constructs. And the third chapter is search your library for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. So we're gonna lead on this turn 1, which means I probably won't be making many constructs with this card.
Sounds great.
Go ahead.
I will untap and draw. Okay, I will take some more damage, surprising.
Okay. Ooh, boy.
I'm gonna go down to 13. And then I will play, you've seen it before, same old good song and dance.
Thoughtseize again.
Another Thoughtseize.
All right, a second Thoughtseize. I drew another Urza Saga. Everything else you have seen before. So these ones you can't take.
All right, I will take Fatal Push.
Take Life for the Loam?
I will take Fatal Push.
Interesting.
Not Life of the Loam. That sounds, you know, we're not about that life,
Okay.
so.
So I've been discarded?
You've been discarded. I will put Thoughtseize away.
You want to cast one more?
I'm going to. I'm going to play Deathrite Shaman.
Oh boy, okay. Well, you could have taken the Life from the Loam.
Tap, exile target land card from your graveyard. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Black, tap, exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. And green, tap, exile target creature card from a graveyard. You gain 2 life.
One of the most powerful Planeswalker cards right there is Deathrite Shaman.
I do like 1 mana Planeswalkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the first banned card to make an appearance, aside from, of course, the kitties.
They're just chilling out there. They're not doing
they're
anything.
vibing.
I'm starting to come over to Michael's view that the Luris is not a problem. I haven't seen it do anything so far.
Certainly not in the first 2 turns.
They're in their lane, moisturized, unbothered, living their life, thriving.
Here we go, thriving.
I shall draw a card. Interesting. So this goes to chapter 2. I drew a pretty good one. I will take my first damage of the game, going to 18. Shocking an Overgrown Tomb, Swamp Forest. I'm gonna cast an Elvish Reclaimer, a 1 mana 1/2 elf warrior. It gets +2/+2 as long as there are 3 or more land cards in your graveyard, which is unlikely to happen when a Deathrite Shaman is in play.
Hello.
And for 2 mana, I can tap it and sacrifice a land. I'll search my library for any land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle my library. Just some stuff cooking over here. Don't you worry about it though. I'll pass the turn right back to you.
Oh, untap and draw. Interessante, interessante.
You can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck.
Cannot Thoughtseize the top of the deck. You are absolutely correct. I will. I can't let that survive. I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
You're more than welcome to.
I can't. I will play Unholy Heat on your Elvish Mystic.
No!
It is a instant. It's Unholy Heat deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. However, if it has Delirium, and Delirium is Unholy Heat, it does 6 damage instead. So
However,
it'll just
my
do
Elvish
2.
Reclaimer does only have 2 toughness, so it does get burned by your Unholy Heat, which is frankly pretty rude, and I'm starting to think you might not be on my side here.
I am not on your side. I'm not the one. I will tap this to, actually, no, I will pass the turn over to you.
I draw a card. This goes to chapter 3. I'm gonna float a colorless mana, and then we're gonna go get, this will sacrifice. There's 1 colorless mana in my pool. And I'm gonna go search for an artifact card with 0 or 1 mana cost. The artifact card I will search for is Expedition Map.
Wow, I'm shocked.
I really wanna search for lands.
Wow, you don't say.
I'm going to use this ability with the 1 colorless floating and my land here to sack it and search my library for a land card. The land card I'm going to search for is the namesake card, Dark Depths.
Ooh.
Dark Depths is a legendary snow land. It comes into play with 10 ice counters on it. It does not tap for mana on its own. It says 3, remove an ice counter from Dark Depths, and when it has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If I do, put an indestructible 20/20 black avatar creature token with flying named Merit Lage into play. But that probably won't happen.
10 counters on it. How could you possibly ever get a Merit Lage into play?
I'm gonna 1 counter at a time, probably.
Okay.
Certainly not
Yes.
any other way.
Sure.
And I'm going to play this land for turn and pass the turn to you.
Untap and hope.
It's so weird to think Dark Depths is banned in Modern.
Yeah.
How could that ever do anything
It's so fair.
in such a fast format?
It's very fair. Let's see here. I will,
You got so much time.
and I forgot to use Deathrite Shaman before. I will play a land. I believe
Are you going to shock?
I will definitely shock. And I will play,
He's doing all my work for me.
I know.
you know, sometimes trying to kill your opponent is some work.
It's a lot of swamps you got over there.
It's a lot of swamps. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of swamps. All right, so I have my Deathrite Shaman there. I do have 1 card in hand, but I will purchase Baby Girl here and
Okey-dokey.
hope she can help me out here in a second.
Sounds good. Draw a card. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. I'm going to,
You got this, Deathrite Shaman.
And you got your Luris in hand,
Luris
so
is in
you're going to
hand.
show us what she can do.
So broken.
I'm gonna play another Urza Saga.
And yet now, and Urza Saga is another banned card in Modern, right?
Haha, you might think so, but you would be incorrect about that. Urza Saga, perfectly legal, perfectly fair, perfectly allowed.
Very fair.
Wow, so Urza Saga is not banned in Modern. Go figure.
Aptly named after one of the most broken sets of all time. I'm going to tap a black mana and cast a Thoughtseize, which we've seen before this game. Let's see what you got in your hand. Interesting. So you have a Kolaghan's Command and a Luris of the Dream Den. Your Kolaghan's Command can rebuy your Luris, so I believe I'm going to discard your Luris from your hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
No time. Luris is gone.
And then I'll take 2 damage from my Thoughtseize.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
I was praying. I was praying very hard. Oh,
Why
wow.
did you take the Luris and not the Kolaghan's?
So my theory is if his next 2 turns involve him casting Kolaghan's Command and picking up Luris, and then the following turn casting Luris again, that's probably pretty good for me. I would prefer that's what he does with his next 2 turns.
All right.
I will tap Deathrite Shaman to.
1 mana
Wait, you have an
mini
Urza
play?
Saga in there.
I do have
I'm
an
gonna
Urza Saga.
get rid of your Urza Saga.
That makes sense.
So I'm gonna add a black, and I will Thoughtseize you.
Okay, well, you've been doing that a lot this game. The jig is
Yes.
up. I've got these cards and a Thespian Stage.
This is bad.
Yes.
And I
The
have
only
to
card
discard.
you can take is my Dredge card.
Yep.
Return up to 3 target land cards from my graveyard to my hand, and it has Dredge 3, which is, you know, a nice, fair mechanic.
Sure. And then I will
These are the rest of my cards in my hand.
pass the turn,
Okay.
cry, weep.
I shall draw a card. This goes to chapter 2. And I'll play for turn a Thespian Stage.
Wow.
It is a land that taps for colorless mana, and for 2 mana, it can become a copy of target land, except it has this ability. There's a lot of lands out here, so I'm gonna have to think about which one I want to copy. but
Watery Grave?
it might be Watery Grave. We'll find out.
Overgrown Tomb.
I'll probably decide later.
Blood Crit?
I'll decide
Look
later.
here. Look over here.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll carefully consider, and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
I'm gonna, at your end step, play Culligan's command.
Okay.
Options are choose target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, target player discards a card, destroy target artifact, or Culligan's command deals 2 damage to target creature or player. I'm going to select return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and then I'm gonna have target player discard a card.
Discard a Verdant Catacombs.
I'm gonna return Luris back to my hand.
Okay.
And
it's still your turn. Or it's going to your turn now.
yes, I'll untap for my turn, and I'll draw a card. Okay. Cool. I will pass the turn to you.
All right, on your end step, I've made a decision about which land I would like to copy.
Have you?
I'm gonna tap 2 mana, and I'm gonna activate Thespian Stage. I'm gonna copy Dark Depths, which is a little weird because this is a legendary land. So what's gonna happen is I make a copy of Dark Depths. The first thing that will happen is the legend rule will happen. So I get to pick one of these 2 Dark Depths I would like to keep. I'm gonna keep the Thespian Stage. The Dark Depths will sacrifice itself. Now this, as a copy of Dark Depths with no counters on it, sacrifices itself too. And I'm gonna put a 2020 Merit Lage token into play. She rises from her slumber.
Ooh.
I will
You're gonna do something?
tap
But I have a Merit Lage.
Deathrite Shaman to exile your Thespian Stage.
Okay.
Or your Dark Depths.
Sure.
Your Dark Depths, rather.
Sure.
And I will float a blue mana. I will tap this Overgrown Tomb, and I'm going to Holy
Dress down?
Mary a Dress Down.
Okay.
Ooh, what's Dress Down?
So, Dress Down is an enchantment that has flash. When this card enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities, and at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Dress Down.
So notably, my Merit Lage is losing Indestructible, which means if you draw a removal spell for my Merit Lage,
Yes.
the Merit Lage dies. If you don't, Michael dies.
Yes.
Let's find out.
I will draw. Okay. You know, I will pass the turn over to you.
Sure. Very, very suspicious. This goes to chapter 3. I'll float a mana. You know, make sure, practice good habits. Chapter 3 happens, I'll go search for any land, and I think I may search for, I'll just search for a Shadow Spear, because, you know, why not? And I will go to equip the Merit Lage with the colorless floating mana and the Shadow Spear.
In response,
No way.
I'll just Unholy Heat.
I drew a removal spell, but it wasn't the right one.
And yeah, so I'll go and Unholy Heat your Merit Lodge, and it is a Unholy Heat, and it doesn't really matter, 2 or 6, that has 20.
Yes, so it deals 2 damage to it, and then I will go to combat, and I will attack you for 20 damage.
I die.
Were you hoping for a fatal push?
I was hoping for a fatal push.
Yes.
Terminate
yes.
maybe also. What would Deathrite Shaman?
Yes.
Wouldn't do the
I
trick.
technically had one more turn, but I was like, let's just go for it.
Yes.
So
You must think you're pretty hot
Yeah, does
after
this mean
that.
I get to try to take your throne?
Oh, you want to try and take my throne? Well, if you come at the best, then the best is going to bring in their champion. I am summoning
What?
the one, the only
Skylar Warfield.
mythic Meebo themselves, Skylar Warfield.
where? What?
Have you been here the whole time?
Where were you?
Well,
What?
yes, this is the Tolarian Community College champion. Of course they've been here the whole time.
It's weird that you just hang out here all the time, but you know.
Luris has another chance because Skylar is going to take over this deck, and the rules still apply. So if Skylar can defeat the Tolarian Scribe, then Luris definitely should not have been banned, because that logic tracks.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Think you can do it, Skylar?
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
So,
You get to sideboard.
All right.
do Luris well, do Death Shadow well. You got this. I believe in you.
All right.
draw a Fatal Push next time.
I am playing against an aggressive combo deck, and I'm going to try to disrupt it as much as possible. It's a little hard to interact with lands, so I'm siding into Alpine Moons, one of the few ways that my deck can interact with lands. I am also siding in another Dress Down in case my opponent does get a Merit Lage in play. And I am also siding in some Surgical Extractions if my opponent decides to go for more of a Life from the Loam plan. And I'm signing out all of my Unholy Heats because they do not really do much against a Merit Lage. And 1 Inquisition as well.
All right, so there's a few cards in my main deck that are not super useful in every matchup, but they're tutor targets because I play so many ways to find lands. So I'm taking out Hex Parasite, Bojuka Bog, and Ghost Quarter. And I'm gonna bring in some cards that are good for this sort of grindy matchup that we're gonna play, which is 3 Dark Confidant to help me draw extra cards and try to fight through the disruption.
All right, round 2. You know, Luris, my baby girl, didn't do that well for me, but Skylar, I believe in the champion Skylar. I believe that she'll be able to do it some justice. I think she'll crush some dark depths and bring back glory to Luris and some shadow.
We'll see if I have anything to say about that.
Well, if the Tolarian champion, the Mythic Meebo themselves, does indeed defeat you, then Michael will have to come in and pilot Dark Depths to see which banned deck is indeed the most
Banned?
worthy of being unbanned. I don't know how it works. Don't think too hard about it. Just try and have fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Fun, you know? Oh, I forgot you're a competitive Magic player. Like when your opponent bricks.
Oh, yeah, that is fun. Yeah,
that is.
I
So,
get it.
since your deck was the losing side, you get to determine if you're on the play or the draw.
It's a tough choice.
It's a hard decision.
Yeah.
I think I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna play.
I think I'll go second if that's cool then.
I think that's okay.
Okay. Excellent.
Some gamers.
All right, let's see what our opening hands look like. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Was Luris banned in Pioneer too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No
that
justice.
must hurt.
It's banned
No
across all.
justice.
It's not legal in any format except,
yeah.
it's illegal in Vintage again.
They unbanned it?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Commander.
Can you play it in Commander as your
Technically,
companion?
Can,
Very hard to do
You
so.
still have Commander. That's how so many Magic Gathering players
I love
feel
Commander. I mean, I love it.
as their favorite
We're all
formats
Commander players.
get hosed.
I'll keep this.
Okay. I will too.
I'm going to start off with a Mishra's Bauble.
Okay.
It's an artifact. I sacrifice it and look at the top card of target player's library. I draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I will sacrifice it and target myself.
Oh.
Look at my top card.
Why ever would you want to do that?
I don't know. I will play a Polluted Delta that sacrifices for a life and gets an island or swamp, and play another Mishra's Bauble. I'll pass turn and I will draw a card in your upkeep.
Okay. It is now my upkeep. You drew your card. I will draw a card. I'm going to cast a very fair card known as Once Upon a Time. It's a instant, but I'm casting it at sorcery speed for a generic and green mana. If it's the first spell you've cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put that into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So I will look at the top 5 cards of my library.
No one anywhere is advocating for Once Upon a Time to be unbanned.
Yes. This card is green.
No, not me. Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Oh, boy.
Not even you.
Not even me.
I will reveal a Dark Depths. You may have seen it before. The rest of my cards go on the bottom of my library in a random order. Boop, boop. Urborg. And I'm going to Inquisition you.
All right. I have a Bloodstained Mire, a Ledger Shredder, a Dress Down, an Expressive Iteration, and a Culligan's Command.
I think I'll take the Dress Down.
Brutal.
Where was this hand when I was playing?
Yeah.
In my hand.
That's why you're the pro.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. At your end step, I will Mishra's Bauble myself again.
Okay.
My turn, I will draw in my upkeep, and then I will draw for turn.
It's actually pretty good draws there. Draw engine.
I love Mishra's Bauble. It's my toxic trait.
I will play a Bloodstained Mire for turn.
One of.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I will sacrifice the Bloodstained Mire for a life and search for a Watery Grave, entering untapped, so I go down to 17. I will pay this and Thoughtseize you.
Got an Expedition Map, an Overgrown Tomb, a Baronet Catacombs, an Urza Saga, a Dark Depths, and a Thespian Stage.
Ah,
So you have exactly
wow.
one choice to take. Which card would you, which non-land card would you like to discard from this hand, Skylar?
I
will
think they want to
take
discard a
the,
land card.
I will take the Expedition Map.
Curious. Put the rest of the cards in my hand.
I will fetch and shock again. I'm down to 12 life.
Are you gonna cast another Thoughtseize?
Yeah, actually.
Where's the Thoughtseize for lands? I would like that one.
That'd be so
Land seeds.
toxic.
That would be, I think it's called Hymn to Torok.
Well, I like that one. I'll take that one in Modern.
Yeah.
Black market, but it's not modern legal.
I will cast Ragavan Nimble Pilfer. Is a 2/1. Whenever Ragavan deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library until end of turn. You may cast that card. And it has dash for 1 and a red. But I am not dashing it. I'll
You're just
pass turn.
normaling it.
I'm normaling it.
All right, my turn. I will draw a card. Well, I'll play Dark Depths, and it enters with 10 counters, but again, it's gonna take a while for me to remove all these counters.
No, we already saw round 1.
Oh, that's true. I can't lie. I'll pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw a card. Interesting.
I don't like interesting.
I will move to combat.
Okay.
And I will swing to
All right, I will take 2 damage.
trigger Ragavan.
18. You get it into the north. Do you have any snowlands in your deck you want to tutor for?
That was a tough one. I think I will cast the most powerful card in the game, Expressive Iteration.
It is a powerful card. Is that card banned?
That's on the ban list.
In Pioneer,
Pioneer.
it is banned in
Pioneer.
modern. It's not banned in modern yet, is it?
No.
Not yet.
I look at the top 3 cards of my library and put one of them into my hand, one on the bottom of my library, and exile one of them. I may play the exiled card this turn.
I have no black counter magic.
Oh, darn.
No, as a Rakdos mage myself, if Expressive Iteration gets bad, I know I'll be so sad.
Yeah.
Very torn apart.
We'll
Notable
put this in
Rakdos
my
card.
hand, this on the bottom, and a Polluted Delta into exile, and I will play the Polluted Delta.
Okay.
Let's see, after that, I will fetch and shock again down to 9.
Down to 9. Now this does have Death's Shadow in it, right?
It
Theoretically.
I hope so.
It do be having it.
We're doing a lot of shocking, but not a lot of death shadowing.
I will sacrifice the treasure for a blue mana and cast a Ledger Shredder, a flying 1/3. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives.
What does connives mean?
It's a new mechanic. When you connive, you draw a card, then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature.
Seems
of this
fair.
card.
Seems very fair.
Very
I'll
fair, very
pass
normal.
turn.
Okay, I will draw a card. And then I will play a Thespian Stage for turn,
Oh
and I'll
no.
pass the turn.
Is there land destruction in your
Draw a
deck?
card.
There might be. You need more than land destruction now, though.
I will start off with a Deathrite Shaman, a 1-mana Planeswalker again. Then I will cast a Mishra's Bauble again and trigger Ledger Shredder. For Connive, I draw a card. And now I discard a card. I will discard a Culligan's Command, have a 1/1 counter on this. I will Mishra's Bauble targeting you.
Is
Is it
that
a good
revealed
one?
to everyone or just to?
Not to me.
Right.
You
so
can
not
see
to
it if you want, though.
No.
Just to me. I suppose I will be passing turn and drawing a card in your upkeep.
Okay, on your end step, I will. Because of my Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, which says each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types, Dark Depths is able to tap for mana. I'm gonna tap it for black and the Urborg, and tap the Thespian Stage, target the Dark Depths. You've seen this one before. Becomes a copy of Dark Depths. Legend Rules happens. I'll sacrifice this one. This Dark Depths happens, sack it, and I'll make Merit Lage again.
She returns.
She's back. She didn't sleep for very long this time.
No.
I will draw a card in your upkeep.
Okay. I draw, well, it's a pretty good one. I will Inquisition you.
No.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yes, no one expects the Inquisition of Kozilek.
Brutal draw. I have a Nihil Spellbomb, a Surgical Extraction, and a Fatal Push.
Oh boy. I'm gonna take the Fatal Push, and then
Oh no.
I'll shock this Overgrown Tomb, and I will go to combat and attack for 20.
I will block with my Ledger Shredder.
Okay. Goodbye, sweet bird. And I'll cast an Elvish Reclaimer in my second main phase, and I'll pass the turn.
Maybe Luris didn't need to be banned then. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Lurrus is
I haven't
fine.
even put my Luris in my hand.
It's fine. See, not
Me
the problem.
neither.
Why do you even have a Luris in your deck?
Why not?
Oh, that's fair.
I saw there was one on that side. I wanted one.
That's part of the problem with Luris.
Yes. I wasn't gonna play any expensive spells anyway. I'm just playing lands over here.
I will move to combat.
Okay.
I will attack you for 2.
I'll block.
Okay. I will cast another Ledger Shredder.
The burb.
Now I will play a Nihil Spellbomb, triggering Ledger Shredder. Nihil Spellbomb is an artifact. I can tap and sacrifice it to exile all cards from target player's graveyard. When Nihil Spellbomb is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I may pay a black mana. If I do, draw a card. So we trigger Ledger Shredder, I draw, and discard a Surgical Extraction.
Okay.
And then I will pass turn.
I'll untap, draw. Well, I'll go to combat. I'll attack for 20 again.
I will block.
One of these days I'm gonna get through.
I don't know about that.
I'll play an Urza's Saga. It'll trigger, and then I'll pass the turn.
Let's see. At your end step, I will exile your Thespian stage.
Okay.
For a black mana, and then I will crack Nihil Spellbomb targeting you, so I use the black mana to draw a card.
Sure.
All right. Move to my turn.
Okay.
Draw a card. I will play a Death Shadow.
Okay.
Death Shadow gets -X, where X is my life total. My life total is 9, and it's a 13/13. So if I knew how to do math, it would be a 4/4. I will play another one.
Okay.
And I will pass turn.
Okay. Untap.
That's some math.
I will draw. Chapter 2. Well, the only thing that can beat me here would be a Dress Down.
Famous last words.
Which would allow you to double block my Merit Lage. But I don't think you have a Dress Down. So I'm going to go to combat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack for 20.
I will Fatal Push my own Death Shadow and die.
We got there.
So we can unban Luris, right?
Yeah.
So, well,
Merit Lage unbans Luris.
I guess this, if nothing else, we've proven that Dark Depths does indeed need to be banned.
Yes, I think so.
In Modern. Or why not Thespian Stage and not Dark Depths? I don't know.
Well, because there's another combo in the deck.
Yeah.
Which is Vampire Hexmage. So a Dark Depths and a Vampire Hexmage. For instance, if I have a Vampire Hexmage and a Dark Depths, you know, I can also get a 20/20 into play.
Oh yeah, Dark Depths needs to go.
Yes.
Skylar, do you think Luris should have been banned in Modern?
I actually was fine with Luris in Modern. I think the card is probably too powerful, but I enjoyed how diverse the format was.
Yeah, yeah. Michael, what are you playing in Modern now that Luris is banned? Because you're still in Modern. For all the moaning and groaning, I know you're still playing Modern.
You know, shouts out to that boy, Canister. He has some Grixis Ledger Shredder out there, and that's looking pretty hot. So that's probably what I'm gonna be playing since Luris is still currently banned.
So just this deck without Ledger Shredder, or without Death Shadow.
Kind of, yes, and
a few other banned cards.
Exactly, and I think hopefully I can do something good with that. But I would like Luris back. You know, she did nothing wrong.
I don't think she's coming back, but at the end of the day, that's why I play Merfolk. Nothing's ever getting banned out of my deck.
No, it is not.
No.
That's a deck?
Maybe we need to do No Ban List Legacy next.
See, Merit Lodge, that needs to be banned. Jesse, you know, leaned heavily on that card. That should definitely be banned. Luris, not so much banned, but Jesse, the deck played itself. She just like had a Thespian Stage, you had the little land that makes the Merit Lodge, and it was just like a 2-tap thing, and then she 1-tapped me. You know, I like a little bit more interaction with my gameplay with a little Grixis Death Shadow.
Ooh, maybe we should do No Ban List Commander.
I don't even know what a Merit Lage is. I don't know why she put it in her deck, but I don't know. Just like instantly kill me? Like, sure, okay, yeah, that's cool.
No Ban List Vintage would be interesting.
Is Merit Lage too good or am I too good? That's the real question. I think it's quite possible that next Monday, you might see a little article on the Wizards of the Coast website saying, in the interest of competitive diversity, Jesse Robkin is banned. But yeah, don't worry about it. Grixis Death Shadow, maybe too good for modern, but certainly not too good.
No ban list Canadian Highlander? Oh, they don't have a ban list.
To pilot the Merit Lage deck, you must become the Merit Lage deck. Keep that in mind.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, bring your favorite or one of your most favorite commander decks.
I have brought my dear beloved Grimgrin.
Brought the Mimeoplasm. And I brought Noyan Dawn.
And so I ask everyone to take their deck and please pass it to the right.
Of course. I want, like, this deck to win, specifically because it's mine.
But how would you feel if I killed you with your deck?
What does my commander do?
He's getting a better draw than I've ever gotten out of that deck. What do you want me to do?
The thing is he's like good at Magic, and that's usually not the case.
Oh, good, a land that comes into play untapped, unlike every other land in this deck.
I'm like a proud father watching his son take his first steps.
Lady Luck smiles upon a British man. Don't meow.